everybody, this is the Water Boy, and in case you haven't noticed, my videos are all over the place. I don't think I've ever put more than 3 episodes of any one game up at once, so this should be no surprise. I'm doing something completely freaking different. Right now, I'm working on Assassin's Creed Revelation. I actually just dominated Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhoods the other day, so I figured I'd give this one a shot, see if it's worth my time, and right now they kind of threw me into like a cheap tower defense sort of thing, but whatever, that's not my point here. My point here is, for those of you that have never heard of it, or I'm sure you have heard of it by now, if you even found your way over here, but if you haven't, Call of Duty, from what I understand, remember, I am like a fourth-party source on this, but they've been pushing some sort of thing called pretty much podcasting built within the game itself. Now, I have a few different concerns about this. My concerns pretty much, and I mean, pretty much they're just, the systems having the power and ability to run it smoothly and effectively. Just, honestly, consumer internet. I seriously doubt consumer internet will handle this. At least not, you know, within like 100 some odd miles of radius of where I live. Certain places, you know, might have faster standard. Certain places are still on dial-up. You know, I don't know, the little modems we used to use like maybe 5-10 years ago, something like that. And, well, honestly, just the fact that this doesn't seem like such an effective thing. Everybody has their setups, but I'll get more into that later. Pretty much, first off, I did some looking, and I found out that Xbox and PlayStation 3, neither of which have a full gigabyte of RAM. I think they're both rocking 512, be it PS3 dedicated half and half, or Xbox, which is shared. And pretty much my main issue with this is, along with the Xbox having a relatively slow processor. I mean, when it came out it was fairly fast, but now I could go out and probably buy one of them really small laptops with about the same amount of power, no problem. You know, maybe pick it up for like $300 or something. But any who's wits, they've so pretty much doesn't have power. Now, this late in the life cycle, most games are using about 80 to 90% of the power that is there. On top of that, we have the matter of it takes an surprisingly large amount of power to effectively stream video, to even to record video. That's why a lot of people run the kinds of setups that they do, and this is really the only other option they got. But the thing is, the PS3, like I said, has the same amount of RAM, half dedicated to CPU, half dedicated to graphics and whatnot. I mean, that'll be faring even worse off, because even on the off chance you reach a low, I don't want to say low activity, but low resource intensive area in that game, you're still not only going to get half the power you would have an Xbox. Effectively. And honestly, I don't know, not many games but I don't want to say all, but most games for the PlayStation 3 are set up as ports, many of which are bad ports. So, is it really going to help that much? But anyway, my other issue, or my second issue anyways, would be with just internet. Around here, the average internet connection is about somewhere about 20, well, I'd say about 25 to 30 down, 4 or 5 up. The company tells me different, but that's what I consistently get. And, well, with that, and I can say this honestly, I don't have enough to stream consistently with good quality all the time and still be able to run a good game. Everything I've put out is pre-recorded, as though you didn't know that already. I mean, I think a couple of my Star Wars vids are streamed, obviously, because they have to be. But other than that, like I said, it's all this. Now, with that in mind, you know, not many people have much better internet than that around here, you know. So we're gonna see pretty much like a effectively like a built-in lag switch, because they're purposely bringing their connection down, and I see that coming out as a potential problem. And then obviously, you know, there's the people that are going to be trolling on it, but there's nothing we can do about that. They'd find a way to do it one way or the other. They've been doing it for years, just over the mics. And thirdly, or finally I guess, they are pandering to a small group. Of that small group, most of them have a very good setup. A good to very good setup. And with that being said, with the system I'm running, I run it into an external piece of hardware, and from there it runs to my PC, where I have that full PC. Every gigahertz, every byte of RAM, I can dedicate it to that. Granted, I don't need half my RAM to this stream. Well, so with that being said, I mean, this, I don't know, someone tell me otherwise if you actually got a point. I see this turning out really, really badly. One way or the other, being either detrimental to the gameplay experience, or just people complaining because it's ruined their stuff. Well, you know, go ahead. If you got something to say about it, you know, go ahead, say it. If you want to call me an idiot, call me an idiot. I'm used to it. But